Welcome to a new video, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's a Saturday. I was home alone, didn't have any plans, so might as well go to our local fish shop to spend some money. This one has developed really well since the last time I was here. Look at the amount of CO2 that they're pumping in here. Yeah, definitely not a low-tech tank. It's Saturday, but it's actually not really busy in here. It's beautiful weather, so people are outside. Good for us. We have all the space to film everything we want. Definitely need to buy a few new autosinklers. I only have a small group of them, and every time I have a new setup I have some startup algae issues. I keep moving them around, so a few more autosinklers. And then I was again looking at the German blue rams. They look really good, but I'm seeing mostly females. So that's a female right there, that's a female. This one here could be a male maybe. They also have the blue one, the electric blue Ramirezi. But here it's even more difficult to see the difference between male and female. Also always kind of checking out the Hardscape Selection, always good to find some nice pieces. Over here they have a really nice piece of this azalea root. Really like this stuff, has some beautiful small twigs to it. The problem with this wood is that it's releasing a lot of tannins and growing a lot of mold, so it's a bit hard to work with. Oi, what are you doing in my chair? Huh? Okay, back home. That was a very successful shopping trip. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, and 4 bags. Okay, so we got 4 bags. We have some live fish food, some shrimp lollies, and I got a small internal filter for a new setup that I'm doing. So the bag doesn't say what is in there, so let's just start opening the first one. We got some very exciting things. The first bag, hope you guys can see that. We have 10 of the yellow Neocaridina shrimp. So last time I went shopping I took home the blue velvet shrimp, and I already saw the yellow ones. Really like them as well. So now we have 10 of the yellow Neocaridina shrimp, and they are gonna go in the no filter mini aquascape that's on top of the shelf. Next one, in here we have a bunch of autosinklers. Like I said in the shop, like I currently have about 5 or 6 autosinklers, and I constantly move them around to new setups or setups that have some algae. So I want to keep a little bit more of them. So we bought 8 autosinklers. Next one, this is the star of the show, guys. We have ourselves a pair of German blue rams. Super excited about this. I honestly can't remember the last time I kept blue rams. It must have been more than 10 years ago for sure. Super excited about this. They are going in the 70-liter Scapers tank. And then the last bag, 5 or 6 more of the blue velvet shrimp. Yeah, like I said last time I bought 10, but I think I only got females. I've been staring a lot at the tank, and I could only see females. Got a few more extra just to make sure we have a nice mix of males and females in there. So that's it. Let's start acclimating these guys. First though, we have to make a thumbnail for the video. Fish and shrimp currently acclimating. So we have the blues over here. Then we have the yellow Neocaridinas over here. Man, they look so good. And over here in the shallow we have the autosinklers. The big shallow is going to be rescaped very soon, so that's why it's currently a bit of a plant holding tank. And over here we have the German blue rams just chilling. This tank is looking really good, ready for some new fish. Lights over here are off. This is a new setup. It's going to be shown very soon, a bit of a secret right now. I'm just going to let these bags float for about 30 minutes just so the temperatures can get up to the same level. After that I'm going to open them and slowly pour in a little bit of water from the tank into the bag, just so the fish and the shrimp can get adjusted to the CO2 levels, because this tank, the shallow and the 70-liter, they all have CO2 injections, so we need to make sure that the fish and the shrimp slowly get used to those CO2 levels. Okay, it's now the next day. I think everybody had a chance to kind of settle in a little bit. I didn't want to disturb them and give them more stress yesterday and put a camera in their face. So I put the lights off and just left them alone. Let's do a little feeding session. Yesterday I bought some nice shrimp lollies. I bought some tubifex worms, so let's take a closer look at everybody. Here we go. The blues have definitely noticed the shrimp lolly. And here we have a good example. So see the one on the top? That's definitely a male. And the one below that is a female. It's a much rounder belly. See there, you can see the clear difference. So now we have a total of 15 of them in here. And hopefully we can expect some baby shrimp, some shrimplets. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with how this nano shrimp tank is developing. I think it's now about 6 weeks old, something like that. Not even sure, to be honest. Yeah, it's just doing really well. I still have one Otocinclus in here. I kind of have to give them some buddies, or I have to move him to the other tank because he's all by himself. But he's doing such a good job of just keeping this tank clean. Yeah, my weekly maintenance yesterday, and there was just no algae on the glass whatsoever. So this guy is doing a really good job. So here there's something a little bit funny going on. So I think this is like maybe a beetroot shrimp lolly, and it's starting to release a bunch of juice or something. That looks a little bit odd. So I'm sure you guys are wondering what happened to the baby guppies that used to be in here. I've actually moved them to a bigger tank. They were actually not doing very well in here, but I'm going to make a separate video about that, kind of explaining what went wrong and how you can prevent that from happening yourself. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, the baby guppies have moved to a bigger tank. So now we have perfect space for these yellow ones. And they look so good. Look at the color on this one. And of course we could not skip the red cherry shrimp. There's so many of them in this tank currently. I've recently caught some adults and gave them to a friend. And right now I just have a ton of baby shrimp. So the German blue rams looking really good. Very hungry, I think. So we're going to start feeding them soon. I have to share something about this tank. So when I first set up this tank, I bought the group of the green neon tetras, and I also bought a pair of Apistogramma. And I had the worst luck with these Apistogramma. I bought a pair of Apistogramma Trifaciata. Beautiful fish. So I got a male and a female, so I thought. When I came home, I immediately noticed that the female was just not good. She had a misshapen tail. She was not looking very healthy. Huge bummer, I was really upset about that. So I went back to the store, bought a new female. The day after, the first female that I bought already passed away, so she was definitely not healthy. The second female I've added in here with the male. The male was not accepting the female, so there was a lot of fighting constantly. Gave me a lot of stress, was not very happy about it as well. So then after about a month, I removed the female so that the male was in here by himself. Then I had a blue-green algae infestation in this tank, so I did a blackout for 3 days. After I did a blackout, I unwrapped the tank. The male passed away. Super sad. No idea why. He was super healthy before I did the blackout. So that was a real bummer. Then I had just one female left over, and I added her to the big shallow. Turns out the female was a male. I still have that one right now, still in the big shallow. Doing good, but now I just have one male. And yesterday I came home with the German blue rams, and guess what? We have 2 females. So yeah, not the best luck when it comes to finding a pair of some dwarf cichlid, but it is what it is. They're looking very good. I'm very happy that I have them. I mean, honestly, I don't really mind having 2 females. I'm not really planning to breed them, but of course it would be nice to see some parental behavior, stuff like that. So guys, let me know in the comments if I should buy another male German blue ram for this tank. So it's always a bit hard to see, of course, but if you look at this one, you definitely see some pink on the belly. And if you look at this one, if you move to the side, you see, she also has some pink on the belly. So in my opinion, males do not have any pink on their belly, so I'm quite confident that we have 2 females.